Let's see.
Brand equity is very important in marketing theory and practice, and firms invest a lot of money and time to build it over many years. However, what is brand equity and how is it measured? In general, there are two broad measurement approaches, based on what consumers think and feel about the brand, and based on choice or share in the marketplace. The first measure is called consumer-based brand equity. Typically, companies and academics use large-scale consumer surveys to measure perceptions of brands. Sales-based measures of brand equity are that part of a brand's sales or market share which really is due to the brand and not due to attributes such as flavors or marketing, such as promotions or advertising. Despite the importance of brand equity, no empirical study to date has systematically investigated the link between consumer-based brand equity and sales-based brand equity. The goal in this paper is to fill that gap by addressing the following research questions. First, what is the overall association between consumer-based and sales-based brand equity? Second, is the association the same across categories? For example, is the relationship the same for beer, laundry detergent, ketchup, and yogurt? Or are there certain category characteristics that make this association stronger or weaker? Third, does the equity of brands in the hearts and minds of consumers translate into better response to the brand's marketing activity? For example, if consumers hold a brand in high regard, does advertising become more effective?
All right, now this one's kind of interesting as well. It's not very hard to figure out where he starts new topics, but the difficulty here is that he does introduce a lot of new topic sentences. Okay, so in other words, structurally it's quite easy. He does say first, second, third quite obviously, right? But the number of notes you have to take down to get the full summary, this one is a little bit challenging. All right, let's see. Last one of the evening. Yeah, Rui, would you like to have a try?
Okay. But I was good evening and was not very clearly. My notes was not like make sense. Just some words I pick up from.
That's okay. That's okay. How about this? Why don't I tell you the structure in advance, and then we'll look at your notes and see how many of these you managed to fill.
Okay.
Okay. So there were two types of brand equity, right? Right. And then we have type 1 and type 2, right? And then we have 3 questions we want to ask, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this was approximately the structural layout, the organization of this particular piece.
Yes.
Right. And then we'll look at your keywords, what you took down, and we'll see how many you managed to get.
There's 2. First is consumer.
Yes.
And the second is the sales-based.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right. So far already 2 out of 5. Right. Yeah. So one is sales-based and one is consumer-based. Excellent. And then what are the 3 questions that he listed? Did you notice that he listed 3 questions at the end?
Yeah, but I was not quite understand what the question means.
That's perfectly understandable. Did you get some keywords?
The first is about overall. Yeah, I just noted.
Overall something. Right?
Yeah.
So obviously the word overall by itself is not going to be enough to describe it.
And the second is category characteristic.
Category characteristics. I think he did say that. But although that wasn't the main keyword that you needed.
Okay.
That's okay. And did you get the 3rd one?
No.
That's all right. How about this? Well, we can just replay it from that particular point. Okay, so.
And equity. The goal in this paper is to fill that gap by addressing the following research questions.
Okay, so this is the part where he's going to give the following questions. Right, let's listen to them one at a time. Number one.
First, what is the overall association between consumer-based and sales-based brand equity?
So, if I want to do a direct quote, it would be, what is the overall association between consumer-based and sales-based brand equity? Now, this is very complicated technical talk. What does this mean? It just basically means, what's the relationship? Right, between 1 and 2. Okay, so that's kind of what it's asking, like, you know, what percentage does each one kind of take up? Okay, what about number 2?
Second, is the association the same across categories?
Okay, so is the association the same across categories? Now, what's a good translation of this? An easy version, right? Is the relationship the same for all brands? Right, so in other words, for example, if I say that consumer-based, like, you know, people's idea of the reputation of a brand is very valuable, is that true for every single brand? Okay, so that's what he means by all categories. He's using very technical language, but if you really want to understand it, you might want to try to do your own paraphrase of something a little bit simpler. And number 3.
For example, is the relationship the same for beer, laundry detergent, ketchup, and yogurt? Or are there certain category characteristics that make this association stronger or weaker? Third, does the equity of brands in the hearts and minds of consumers translate into better response to the brand's marketing activity?
Okay, so now I can't remember what he said exactly, but it's something along the lines of, does having a good reputation make advertising more effective? Something like that. Okay, and those are the 3 main questions that were being asked. Yeah, can everybody follow my logic there? Right, so you can see that this one is perhaps a little bit tougher, at least in terms of the note taking, because he does cover a lot of points quite quickly. This often happens when the speaker gives a list. Although the good thing is, whenever they do this, they will almost always say, like, firstly, secondly, thirdly, just to make the points nice and obvious. All right, cool. So there you have it.